Dr. Philip Cruz, co-founder of Give a Life Foundation, a children's charity for the underprivileged, sick, and dying in some of the country's largest pediatric wards. And Dr. Gregorio Alvior, president of the Philippine General Hospital Medical Foundation, the government's largest health institution committed to giving the most comprehensive yet affordable health services to those who can ill afford. Now, you specialize in children who are dying and sick.
Well, these are the critically ill children who really need a fighting chance to live.
Okay. And, I'm sorry, what do you call your group or your foundation?
It's called Give a Life, yes.
Okay.
Basically, it says that, to give a life.
So, I remember that there was an organization called Wish Upon a Star. Was that Wish Upon a Star?
Yeah.
And there were children. I was wondering what happened to those children. Did your organization absorb some of these beneficiaries?
I wouldn't know, but our foundation gears towards helping children who are confined. So these are really sick kids.
Okay, so do you do the rounds of the hospitals?
Yes, we do, and sometimes the hospitals come to us for their needs.
Okay, so if a child, for example, or a parent brings her child to your organization, what are the chances that they actually get help?
They do actually. What happens though is like, I'll give you an example. If a kid with cancer usually is confined in a hospital, and the hospital would refer the patient to us, and we would give in chemotherapeutic medications. These are the medicines for cancer.
Really?
That's just one example. We also do assistance in terms of giving them refurbishing wards of the hospital, because we also believe in the preventive aspect, cleanliness. That would do a lot. That would go in a long way in survival, because you prevent infections.
Wow, looks like you have a lot of money.
A lot of spirit, Korina. That's why we do this campaign, and that's why we're here. And thank you very much for having us here. It's our only way to somehow give these kids a fighting chance to live.
Right, because some children actually just need, like, say, 100,000 pesos to live.
Less, Korina.
Even less?
Less.
Okay, how much less are we talking about to give a life back?
Well, you could just, even every peso counts. Like even $100 would really go a long way, especially in these kids who really don't have anything. The parents would come to us crying and really desperate in that measure.
And it would take only how much, say, to save a life?
Depends. Like a vial of medication would cost anywhere from 100 to 1,000. So we can really work around it. Even if just a person would give, he would consider it a small amount, but if you get everyone
everything
to pitch
together,
in,
all right.
Yeah, it would be a considerable
But it's also
amount.
possible, like I went to the Quezon Institute a few years back, and there's a ward there for children who are terminally ill.
Yes.
And I was floored by what the Guardian was telling me, that as little as 50,000 pesos can save the life of one child because of necessary surgery and follow-up medication.
50,000, I can save you 5-10 kids.
Really?
It's because of my training as a pediatrician. I saw how the disease, really affects not only the patient's lives but also the family's lives.
So can you imagine one Noche Buena for the entire family, for those of us watching, can actually save several lives if only they would donate as much of what they eat on Noche Buena too.
Most definitely, and that's what we're getting. We're having kids, bypassing their Christmas parties and donating it for the less fortunate. And it's really so heartwarming. And that gives us the spirit, to continue with this campaign.
That is so encouraging. How many children are now under your wing?
Wow, thousands.
Thousands.
Yeah, hundreds to thousands. And, it's really heartwarming. Like, we want to spread that this Christmas season is, I know it's a season of giving, but for us it's a season of love. And we not only do our campaign during Christmas, but it's all year round. So really want to spread the love and the sense and in giving.
That's great. That's great. Well, all throughout the show, we will be showing you several charities, several ways by which you can give your charity, and their telephone numbers will be flashed on the screen as they speak. So if you are touched by this testimony, then maybe you can just make a phone call right away. Meantime, well, you have the entire show to choose from. A little later, we will be having environmental concerns and also children who are in conflict with the law, etc. Dr. Gregorio Alvior is president of the Philippine General Hospital Medical Foundation. And when you talk about indigent patients, most of them